Do you know there is some spiritual thing that can rule somebody's life forever? Do you know that there is some things that we as a human we thought this thing doesn't matter, it's just normal thing, but spiritually it's something that can destroy one destiny, it's something that can keep one in a stagnation, it's something that can destroy somebody's destiny, and that person will keep wandering around, the person will keep going from one churches to the other, from one places to the other, in order to look for solution, not knowing that he or she is what he committed, just minor thing that he felt or he felt that is nothing that is really disturbing him or her. So why I brought this issue is because there is something that recently happened which I'm going to briefly share with you, and also share more about the spiritual importance of the simple things spiritually that can rule your life and what you can do to avoid all these things. So if you want to know about this particular thing and what all these things is all about, and believe me, these things are something that when you put it in your practice, there is nobody will stop your progress. So if you want to know it, please keep watching while I share with you. I greet you all, my darling family all over the world, depend on wherever you're watching me from and exactly when you see this video. If you are new in my channel, thank you for joining. My name is Promise. So in this channel I share about the spiritual tips, how to use natural things for spiritual and for health reasons. So if you find it helpful and you want to know more, please do subscribe and don't forget to turn on the bell notification for more of my videos anytime I upload a new video. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much for coming back always. I love you and stay blessed. So guys, how are you guys doing? I hope you all are doing well, and I pray that the goodness of God will surely be upon our life. Okay, so today's video I want to share based on a simple tips or spiritual things that you need to know, like that will better your life and what you can do in order to avoid all these things or in order to undo all these things. Now before I go on to share this video with you, like I said earlier, there is something that happened, and really I don't want a lot of people to fall victim of that. I don't want a lot of people to fall in a trap of this. So that is why I want to bring it out to everyone's knowledge, because remember they said no knowledge is waste. Now it happens that somebody borrowed money from somebody, and this person, this, I told you, let me tell you, when somebody gives you something in agreement, there is what we call spiritual covenant, spiritual agreement, spiritual agreements. Okay, now this is why you see that some of us are suffering from what our forefathers, our ancestors committed. Reason because they had an agreement with that particular thing in our behalf, even when we are not there, even when we are not present. All right, and you discover that you came into this world, you start suffering from that. That doesn't mean you are the one that committed that. That doesn't mean you are the one that made such particular promise or covenant. But because this thing has to do with nature, this thing is not about religion, this is natural things that is working. All right, now it happens that a young man went to borrow money from somebody, a lady, and all of a sudden this money was in agreement that I'm going to return this money for you. Okay, and all of a sudden he made that money, like he got the money, and all of it felt when he used the money, and he now became rich more than the lady, let me put it that way. He felt that the lady has no mouth to request for the money, there is nothing the lady would do and all that, so he decided to deny the lady the access to the money. And in the process he stopped having communication with the lady, and this lady went and cursed him using the sand. All right, now problem started. He has gone to so many places according to what he said. He has gone to churches, he has gone to so many places, he has traveled from where he was, from abroad where he is, and came back to Nigeria, and all of that. The problem continues. Now until the finding, it was discovered that he borrowed money and he denied access, the owner the access. On top, he was threatening the person because he has upper hand with the person. Now this is what brings about the downfallness of the man, from up to down to nothing. All right, now I'm sorry, I don't really want to go into details about this, but I just want to bring this idea so that all of us will learn. My people used to say you learn from other people's mistake. Okay, now let me go straight to the point to share with you the simple or the secret or the common things that can rule somebody's life spiritually. Number one, if you borrowed money from somebody, as far as this money is being borrowed, you tell somebody, this is borrow me your money, I'm going to return it to so place. We know that in life you cannot predict what can happen tomorrow. Maybe you borrow that money and all of a sudden you couldn't pay that money because of one reason or the other. It's not your fault. what you don't do, don't run away. All right, don't deny the person access to you. Don't block that person. Don't feel because that person is going to do. No, go to the person and beg with the person. Please, I'm going to return this money for you. For now, I'm having financial issues. I'm going to return the money for you. All right, make sure you have a peaceful agreement with the person. Even if when that person did not agree, when the person keeps maybe persuading you and the heaven and earth know that you did not have this money to pay, don't worry. All right, whatever that person went ahead to do for you, believe me, it will not work. If you discover that that person wants to go and do evil to you, like the person wants to go and do evil to you and down you, naturally you know that this money you don't have it, and when you have it you have to pay the person. All right, get a glass of water and make your prayer and pour it on the sand early morning before you talk to anybody. There is nothing the person will do for you that will work. Now for you, if somebody borrowed your money, all right, like you borrowed somebody money and all of a sudden the person denied you and said the person is threatening you, or the person didn't want to give you that money, and you know damn you that this person has that money to pay you, but because he's over you and all that, he don't want to pay you the money. Early morning on the morning sun, go and pack a sand with your left hand. Okay, pack a sand with your left hand, raise it up, make your prayers. After making your prayer, tell this God of the sun that you are reporting this person, that wherever he is on this life, in the east, south, west and north, every 4 corners of this earth, that the sun should fight for you. And for the sun, whenever that he step on this sand, that this earth, this land will be so hot for him or her, wherever he is. Scatter that sand, go and sit down. We are going to see what is happening. I'm telling you the secret that many people will not tell you. Now, number 2, let me tell you, anytime you make a vow in a church or any place, all right, maybe you go to your church, you go to a place and you made a vow, please make sure you fulfill that vow. Or you make a vow to somebody, whether the person is present or the person is not present, but this thing is something that you have agreed with your spirit that I'm going to do to this person, I'm going to do this. Please, no matter what the circumstances is, make sure you fulfill that vow. If you did not fulfill that vow, believe you me, that vow has a lot of spiritual thing to prevent in your life. So that is why it's very, very good. You always be mindful whenever you are saying anything. Don't say something because others are saying. Don't go and do something because you want to attract human sympathy, because you want to attract human presence and all that, or praises and all that. No, make sure this is something that you have decided in your spirit, and you go ahead and say it, and make sure you fulfill it. Whether in the church, whether in any place, whether you made this vow or to somebody, you say, oh, I'm going to do this thing to this particular person, please make sure you fulfill that vow. It has a lot of spiritual advantage and spiritual disadvantage. Okay, now another thing again, please let me tell you, sometimes there is some vows, like somebody was asking me on my WhatsApp, like, oh, I was in a place, let me not call the place, and we were told to do something like this, and because other people were doing, they said, please, whenever you go to a place, either in a church or anywhere, and they are persuading you to do something, and you know that this thing is not from your heart, please don't do it. All right, even when they are saying that if you did not do it, this thing is good, nothing will happen. Believe you me, nothing will happen. Do that thing that you have already accepted with your spirit, that particular thing you have already concluded with your inner soul. Go ahead and do it. That is where your blessing is. Forget about when you go to a place, they will tell you, okay, we want somebody that will come and bring 1 million, that when you bring this million, that so thing is doing. This thing is human entertainment. I must tell you the truth. But when you go to a place, maybe something like that is being said, like, and your spirit down, you say, oh, go ahead and do this thing. Immediately go ahead, but don't do it because you are being persuaded. Don't do it because you see others are doing it. Don't see it because of that particular person said you should do it. If you do it and later you start regretting, there is no blessing attached to it. So always do things that comes from your heart. Don't do things in order to attract human sympathy or human praises. Do on your own, because there is no blessing attached to it. Now, another thing again, as a young guy, please don't make a promise to a lady that you are going to marry her and you later don't marry her. I know many of you might thought these things are very simple, you just know a method and all that. Yes, it is. But this has a spiritual disadvantage or spiritual advantage. Sometimes, yes, you can make a promise to somebody and all of a sudden something might come, maybe family problem, you marry or you don't marry. That one, you know, is not from you. Or maybe the lady developed another behavior and all that. Yes, heaven and earth knows is not from you. You can move on to your life. But in a situation whereby you met a lady and you promise that lady that you're going to marry her, or you as a lady, a guy promise you everything and the guy is taking care of you, both of you agree that you both are going to get married, and all of a sudden you felt maybe you have seen somebody better, you left that person. Believe you me, it has spiritual advantage and spiritual disadvantage. So always be mindful of this. All right. Now, another thing again, as a human, that you should be very, very mindful of is, so if you're a man or a woman, whether married or single, please stay away from married people. If you're a man or a young guy or a young lady, you are always fond of dating married people. Like, married people is all you desire. Married people is all you wanted in this life. Believe me, spiritually there is a disadvantage or advantage of that. So always stay out from married people. You as a married man that is looking for married women, believe me, there is always disadvantage. There is always disadvantage that many people might not tell you. Another thing again, let me tell you, if you are doing something to somebody and you want to attract you want to attract God's blessing, you want the universe to bless you, you don't need to start broadcasting it. You don't need to start making noise over it. Whatever you decide to help somebody, this is with you and your spirit. Go ahead and do it. Don't start telling people to be looking down on that person to see, oh, no. When you are doing that particular thing, that means at that particular moment there is no much blessing that is attached to you. So always decide whenever you want to do something on your spirit, go ahead and do it, and let it be between you and your spirit. Believe me, the blessing is mind-blowing. All right, the blessing is mind-blowing. And another thing that you should avoid, please, when God bless you as a man or woman, please don't forget those that stood by you when things was going wrong in your life. Maybe that person failed you, or maybe the person give you even a cup of water, or maybe that person is praying for you, and maybe eventually God blessed you, you abandoned that person. Please, never you do that, because this has spiritual disadvantage. As a married man, you got married to your wife when things was not, when you were nothing was there, and she kept praying for you, she kept being there for you. Both of you fought the situation, and eventually God blesses you. Let me tell you, your wife is your first priority before anybody. Your wife, your mother, your parents, your children are the first priority. I've seen a lot of married men that they will just abandon their wife out there. They will be doing a lot of things on other ladies outside. Let me tell you, that woman should stand barefooted. I don't really want to teach about it, because I know that a lot of women are going to use it in a wrong way. I know that, because if that woman should go on to do this particular thing, believe you, you will go from up to zero. Nothing that you will hold on to again. But all I'm begging is that if you're a man and eventually God blesses you, please, no matter whoever that wants to come in the picture, your wife, your parents, your children is the first priority, is your first duty, is even your siblings. Yes, you can help them, but let me tell you, your family is number one. That woman that stood by you, that man that stood by you when things was not going well for you, that are your number one thing that you should focus on. All right, that is it. And if you're a lady, let me tell you, in life, that is sometimes God blesses women because of men. Yes, there is sometimes when you got married, God bless your business, God is giving you money as a lady, because let me tell you, this is not actually because of you, it's because of the man that you are living. Anytime you start disrespecting that man, anytime you start making that man to feel as less as a man, believe you me, that particular money will vanish. I've treated the issue, which I shared it here. So if you're a woman, God bless you. Maybe you are the breadwinner of the family, you are the one that is provided. Please be thankful to God. It's a honor, it's a blessing. Don't use it against your husband. Don't use it to turn your husband into a boy. Don't use it to turn your husband into an errand boy. If you know the respect, the 100% respect that is due for him as a man, please give it to him. If you want that blessing to keep coming, if you want that prosperity, that success to keep flowing, make sure you do your woman duty as a wife. Don't take your husband for granted. Don't take your husband like, oh, am I not the one that is providing for the family? Am I not the one that is making money? No. Anytime you start doing that, that money will go and you will not see it again. So if God bless you as a woman in a home, know it that is for a reason. So please don't misunderstand or don't overuse the opportunity. Okay, so guys, there is so many spiritual things that can lead someone from up to zero, which I'm going to be sharing with you one after the other, because I know that by the time you know all these secrets, a lot of good things will be working for you. So stay tuned and don't forget to follow me, subscribe to my channel, and give the video a thumbs up. If you want more of this, if you want me to talk more about it, please do tell me on the comment section. I'll be right there to answer you. See you in my next video. Stay blessed wherever you are, and bye.